Hello, welcome. My name is Alan Jizanga. I'm one of the software engineers at Zomac Digital. So in this video, I'm going to be making a presentation on the Nkolozi money transfer. So I'll present the back office, the admin, and also the client. So to access the back office, we need to go to this URL backoffice.nkolozi.com. So let me log out so that we can show you how to start. So we start this page. So this is the page that we start at. Now you put in your user ID and password, then you hit sign in. Once you're signed in, it opens at the dashboard, and the dashboard shows you the total clients that are registered, the number of agents, the branches, and the transaction value, the amount of money that is passed through the system, and also the profits for Nkolozi, that's the Nkolozi stake, right? Then so from there, we also have, so I'll explain everything from top to down to bottom. So here on transactions, this is where we see all the transactions that have been processed on Nkolozi. So and their status. So the status is what is most important here. You can see that this one was completed, right? And this one is approved. So it's approved but not yet completed, which means that the beneficiary has not yet collected the money, but this one is the money has been collected, right? The one that is completed here. Then we also move on to initiated transactions. So when a transaction is initiated by the agent, it will appear on this table. So when it appears on this table, the admin will then initiate the transaction. So let me do that. So I'm going to come here. This is now the agent's system. So I'm going to create a transaction. So I'll come to transactions here, education. Let me check how much money I have. So the agents, so I'm going to transfer from the Zig account here. So let me go back again. So it's a cash in that I'm making. So on this page, I select the client. So I want to send money to Diana's beneficiary. So I select Diana. Then I choose the beneficiary of Diana, which is Isha Anesu. Then the currency here, it's Zig. Then the payout branch where the money will be collected at. So how much money am I sending? I'm sending 300. So this is to say that Diana has given me 300 Zig. Then payout branch, I'll say payout methods. That's how are you going to collect it? Maybe as cash. Then transaction reason, I'll just say rental here. Then transaction type, it's internal, right? Because the money has been given to me. Then I say submit, right? So here there's a message where we need to confirm. So the client has to pay 315 because of the charges, right? So $300 plus another $15 for charges. Then we confirm that, right? So once the transaction is confirmed, we then go back to the to the back office. So now I'm now on the back office. I come back to the to the back office. So here under initiated transactions, you can see this transaction here of $300, and I have to change it from initiated to what? To approved. So I have to approve or to proceed this transaction. Once it's on proceed, um, there is a confirmation that is sent. An SMS will be sent to the to both the client and the beneficiary. So my beneficiary here has actually received a confirmation message as an SMS, right? So we'll talk about the cash out on the agents later. So that is on the transactions. Then transaction histories, these are all the transactions that have been done. So then from there, clients, this is a list of all our clients that are registered on the system, right? From there, agents, that's the list of all the agents that are registered on the system. Here, what is most important is that we must be able to set the cash limit of the agent, right? So if I select an agent here, I'll say USD, then I say, okay, USD, there's a cash limit of 20,000, right? Then I submit. Then I go to Zig, is already set. Runs, let me put 200,000 runs as a cash limit. Then for Pula, I will leave it at 200,000 as well. So it's very important to set those cash limits. Then on agents floats, this is where we see float requests that have been made by the agent. So you see, this agent has made a float request of $5,000 and it has been granted, which means that the agent has already been given the $5,000. So I will show you how to make a float request when we are at the agent's system. Then employees, have covered the employee. On the employees, this is where we create a new employee. So a new employee can be either an agent or an admin, right? So use this form. Then on systems administration, this is okay. Okay, let's go on settings. On settings, this is where we set the branches for Nkolozi, right? You can add a new branch here, right? Um, then banks, this is where you set up bank accounts for customers that want to make a bank deposit. They'll be given these bank accounts, right, based on their location. Currencies, this is our currencies. So the system is only using these four currencies, right? So what you can do is that you can only update, right, the currency, but you cannot delete or add, right? Then with rows, we have inner branch transfer. Okay, inner branch transfer here. This is when the agent is now depositing the money that they've accumulated during the day or during the week. So they will be processed here. View inner bank transfer. Okay, I'm here. View next challenge. Okay, so this is the table which contains all the inner branch transfers that have been made. We are going to change bank to branch here. So there's another transfer that has already been made of how much was it? Amount deposit 3,150 has been made, and there was a shortfall of 300. It means that the customer, the agent, did not give us everything that they had worked for. They left 300 here, so it's a shortfall. Okay. Um, then this, you can change password here. You put your old password, your new password here, and then you change. So this is everything about the backoffice.nkolozi.com. From there, I'm now going back to the agents. So to access the agent software, the link is agents.nkolozi.com. Then you log in. Once you log in, this dashboard opens. So on the dashboard, this is where you see the each agent has four accounts, right? So there's an account for USD, account for Zig, account for Rand, and account for Pula. So this agent in particular, has 4,800 Zig, but it doesn't have Rands, it doesn't have Pulas. So let's say that the agent wants to request float in US dollars, right? So we want to request a float. Now we then go to request a float. We then go to financial management, request a float here. Then we select the currency 2,000. How much money do I want? I want 2,000 US dollars. Then I submit this float request. Once the float request is submitted, it is seen by the back office. So I'm back to the back office. If I go to agents floats here, we can see that there is a float request that is initiated here of $2,000. So one stands for USD, right? So $2,000 has been requested. So I now need to grant this float request. So I'm going to say approve. Now an OTP will be sent to the agent. All right. So I'm going to ask the agent to give me the OTP, Mr. Albert. So 1351. So this is the SMS OTP that was sent. It is needed to finish the float request here. So after I refresh here, you can see that um, it has been granted right now. So if I go back to the agent's account dashboard, you now see that the US dollars will have money. So now the client, the agent now has 2,000 US dollars that has been given by the back office, right? So if I have this money, it means that the agent can now do cash outs in US dollars. Okay, so from transactions, we are able to do a cash in. If you click on cash in, this is the form that you fill and you process a cash in here. So you can ignore this message for now. Then the create deposit. A deposit, this is when I'm putting money into a client account. For example, Diana is a client. We are giving the money. Let's say Diana gave us cash of 200 US dollars. Now we are topping up their account with that amount of money they gave to us. So this is the deposit. Okay, so we are having network challenges. Um, so I'm going to refresh this. Let me try again to US dollars. Yes, I'm going to give 200. So I've been given 200 cash. I'm not giving it to Diana. Let me check my Wi-Fi. Okay. No, it's not hotspot. Okay. Uh, okay. So, so I'm having network challenges to process the deposit. Then this one is for cash out. User accounts, this is where you create an account for a new user. Let's say that the user doesn't want to go to their platform to create their accounts on their own to self-register. They can be registered by the admin using this form here. Then financial management, we've covered request float. There's also change currency, right? This is where you are changing the currency of a transaction. Maybe a transaction was made in US dollars, but we want to do a cash out in SIG. We have to change the transaction currency here. You using this form. Then reports. This is where we see the reports of the agent. You can see that these are the balances and these are the transactions that have been processed by the by the by the agent, right? So you can convert this to PDF, right? And this is the PDF document that is opened, right? Of all those reports that we're showing. You can see the PDF document here, so that can be submitted to the admin. Okay, then on settings you can change the password here. Once you are done, you can always log out. So this is it. um, so thank you so much. Okay, so now we want to do the presentation for the client system. Let me log out on the agent here. Now, so for the client, we go to nkolozi.com. nkolozi.com. That's where the client system is. So from the home page that is going to open here, we are going to go on sign on log in. I will use an already existing account. So Mr. Diana, can I have your phone number? Okay, so you must always put a country code there. Okay, can you put the number plus 263? Yes. 772 931 744. Yeah, and the password. Password. Yeah. Okay, so this is the password of the client. Invalid user credentials. What? Uh, Number digit is 0772 Okay, let's repeat the password. Okay, so now we are retrying the password. So once the user finish putting the password, an OTP will be sent to their phone. Okay. Okay. So when we log in, an OTP is sent to the client. So the one is 7385. This is the OTP that was sent to their phone number. Now, once we verify the OTP, this is now uh, the dashboard for the client. So from here, the client is able to see their balances, like they have $3, they have 50 zig, they have 0 runs, 0 pullers, right? Then these are the transactions that they have processed so far, and the two of these transactions, they are on complete, right? So we can send money. So to send money, we come here. First thing, you have to add beneficiary. So here we already have two beneficiaries here, right? So we are going to make a transaction. So I'm going to Ishanesu. I'm going to make a transaction of since I have 50 zig, I'll make a transaction of 25 or 23 zig. Currency zig here. Payout branch, this one. Payout methods, reason, it's rental, right? Reference number is only applies when you are making a bank transfer. So transaction type is going to be internal. Then I submit here. So I have to confirm this transaction like this. So once the transaction is confirmed, we can go back to the admin. Admin is the one that sees this transaction here. Then I initiate the transaction, right? So the transaction is now initiated. Um, so means a message will be sent to the the beneficiary. So the beneficiary here, who is in channel, has actually received the the message of an approved transaction. So the transaction is now approved, as you can see here. Let me go back. If I go back, I go to transaction histories. These are the transactions that the client has made so far. To add beneficiary, you come here. I think I did not mention it before. The user profile here, we can change. Um, you can change like the details of the user on user profile here. Then convert currency. Let's say, for example, okay, let me go to the dashboard. You can see that it was 50 zig. Now I send 23, and now you have 25 zig. Let's say I want to change this 25 zig to become US dollars. I have 3 US dollars, right? So I want to transfer from zig to USD. You go back and see, convert currency here. Then I say from zig to US dollars, how much I want to convert 23. Then I say convert. So once done, gives us currency conversion successful. If I go back to the dashboard here, you can see now we now have 2 zig left, but $4. So that 23 was equivalent to almost like a dollar and something in US dollars. So yeah, this is it. The conversion has been done. Once everything's done, you can always sign out here on the client. Right. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is the Nkolozi Remittance software made by Zomac Digital. So thank you.